Get me out of here! I know it stinks, but come on, do it. You can do it. I believe in it. Come on, get me. Get me out. Get me out. Woo! Oh, hell. Do I have a story to tell you? Hello, everyone. Did you enjoy the break? I sure did, and I definitely saw the worst movie of the year. Truly, one of the worst things ever produced. It was extremely cheap, very unoriginal, and it seemed everyone involved in the movie did not want to be there. And no, I'm not talking about Mando and Baby Yoda. I'm not even talking about Mortal Kombat 2. Fatality. I'm talking about something so pathetic that it rips off other ripoffs. I had to go look on Tubi to find it. And while on this journey into the jungle of junk, I was given a recommendation from the lovely Rebel Rose about quite possibly the worst of the worst. And so began my trek through a rabbit hole into an unexplored highway into hell. You know how a garbage bag gets a hole and leaks out some ungodly liquid onto the ground? The stuff so vile that it's rejected by even other garbage? Today's movie is the cinematic equivalent of that unidentifiable trash piss. The worst you can find on Tubi. The refuse of waste. Today's movie is Dinosaur Hunt. A terrible, lazy, and pathetic attempt of a movie that is a complete failure on every level of filmmaking and spits in the very face of storytelling itself. However, it's so incredibly bad that it's accidentally the funniest unintentional comedy you will see all year. Produced by the production company you've likely never heard of, ITN Productions. They are responsible for shitting this into the world and partnered with Cheap Dog Films. Oh, I'm sorry. Partnered with Champ Dog Films. And we will definitely be talking about them later. Before I get into the breakdown, I feel it necessary to inform you that I have not completely lost my mind. I'm not hearing voices. I am not hallucinating. I am not experiencing a stroke. The events that I am about to describe are actually what happens in the movie. But after watching it multiple times to make this video, I am actually considering the possibility that I should get fitted for a special jacket.
For Christ's sakes, you must be committed. No.
Our movie begins with 3 very short scenes, and 2 of them are actually ripped from different movies and completely unrelated to the plot. I repeat, the movie begins with clips from previous ITN movies that are completely unrelated to the plot of this movie. This clip is from the first Dinosaur Hotel movie, and this one is from the 3rd Dinosaur Hotel movie. Yes, they are ripping off Squid Game and Saw 2. The research into this movie, meaning Dinosaur Hunt, began a rabbit hole of ridiculous hilarity that had me believe I was losing my mind. Expect moments of schizophrenic ADHD filmmaking to pop up a few more times. You never know when some completely random bullshit will... Alan! The Times New Roman font style drops and we get a nighttime not helicopter scene, then immediately cuts to a daytime scene that actually matches the establishing shots. This means that these establishing shots were not made by a helicopter, but with a drone, because they did not have a helicopter to use. And they wanted this character to arrive in a helicopter for story reasons. But the best they could do was a headset and some stock sound effects. This will be important later. This is Carrie, a rich girl who flew back home on an off-screen helicopter for a family reunion. She is exactly as bland as you expect her to be. Like if the basic bitch was built on an assembly line. Good luck picking her out of a lineup of mannequins at Bed Bath & Beyond. This is Marcus. He's a bodyguard. That's it. They chat in the car about how she is I'm so disconnected from the family. And Marcus is all, you can't run from family. And I really wish this movie was as fun as I'm trying to make this video to be, since scenes like this are what this movie was supposed to be. It's supposed to be a family drama. And even a good family drama is boring as fuck. We're in desperate need of a scene from a better movie.
You cheated Clarice. didn't cheat. Fine, I cheated. But please, I'll play the game right. Please don't kill me, please.
Too late. Game over.
No!
I wish that was the last time this scene gets recycled. Cut back to Carrie, and we meet more characters that will be competing with each other for who the audience wants to die first.
5 years and no text. We thought you joined a cult.
This is a photo negative of Lydia Dietz. She's a snob. That's it. This is William. He's a dick. That's it. This is Veronica. She's William's not wife. That's it. And this is Theo, a soft soy bitch boy who probably makes his own avocado toasts. That's actually more than what's established, so let's not write the script for the writer. He's a cuck. That's it.
Well, aren't you all a ragtag group of adventurers with unclear goals and good hearts?
I assume most people who stumbled into this movie have moved on by now and turned on something more intelligent to watch, like literally anything else to watch on Tubi or Pornhub. This movie is porn acting without the porn, but the movie can sense your apprehension, so it will now play the only card that it has to keep your attention. Yep, a completely different movie clip. Again. One that's interesting than Carrie's soy brother giving her a tour down the goddamn hall. Cut to the oldest brother with an alpha dickhead attitude who says alpha dickhead things to his wife, girlfriend, side chick, mistress. Who exactly is related here? Is this a Lannister situation? Speaking of Game of Thrones, we cut to another scene of a movie that hasn't been shown just yet, where 2 senior citizens are killed by a motherfucking dragon. These scenes not only don't fit into this intended story, but they don't even connect with each other. Alan! They're easily the most entertaining parts of the movie, though. And that's because the main story is so goddamn pathetic. Speaking of which, cut to Carrie going through her things, and Marcus tells Carrie there's no staff at this family compound. Then, a jarring editing decision with music. Seriously, listen to this shit. This is exactly how the movie rolls. I am not kidding.
Unbelievable.
For fuck's sake, I could have edited this movie together on my phone and do a better job. ITN, give me a job. After Marcus tells, what's her name? Whatever, reverse Lydia Dietz, that the place doesn't have cell signal by design, guess what happens? Seriously, take a guess. Well, if you guessed we'd get a different scene from a different movie spliced into it, you would be correct.
This is just what you need to take your mind off of things. I know it's a shit situation, but the fresh air, it'll clear your mind.
Guess you could say it's a situation.
Oh, no, you don't.
Look, wait.
No, this is not a getaway to be listening to his bullshit.
Quick, take a picture.
I can't. You took the phones, remember?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, well.
All right, if we're being fair, as far as bad movies are concerned, Pterodactyl is on the better side. He's rich, stupid, arrogant, old, and the character responsible for the plot. And why the kids are shit. That's it.
I don't care how cautious you want to be. Begin the next phase.
He is on conference call with an off-screen bad accent.
They're adapting faster than projected. It's not just instinct anymore, it's calculation.
That's the point, Doctor.
There were also some kind of security breach, but the bad accent says it was just for a nanosecond. If that was the case, what's with all the chaos we've been jumping into?
Bullshit.
5 years and no text.
I don't know what the hell is going on.
They didn't even consider the dialogue used in the clips that they use. Speaking of awkward dialogue, Big Daddy has a chat with Carrie, but he calls her
Caroline.
See, the others still perform, still posturing, calculating. I might like it. But you come empty-handed.
I wonder what the family drama plot will revolve around. Cut to Marcus making a call on the radio, and we learn sensors were tripped earlier. So, we have a breach in security, tripped sensors, various footage of dinosaurs and dragons in this movie so far, and of course, the title of the movie. Wonder what's gonna happen.
Alert! Alert! We've had a containment breach. We've lost one of our outfits.
You know what a movie about loose dinosaurs really needs? You know what's missing? A tense dinner scene.
Yeah, but your scientists were so preoccupied with whether or not they could that they didn't stop to think if they should.
It's very rustic.
Like billionaires eat backwards.
You'd have to start with step one, inherit obscene wealth.
We didn't choose to be born into it.
Some of us still act like we earned it. And some of us pretend we resent it while living off it.
I got by without it.
You lived in a shack in Montreal for 2 years.
The self-made martyr routine.
Better than dressing up entitlement and ambition.
Oh, come on. You don't have to apologize for being winners, sweetie.
You're quoting someone. Is that Donald Trump?
They don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
And here I thought an awkward Thanksgiving was exclusively an American thing. Do you have anyone to hold on to? Anyone to root for? Any kind of personal investment? I can tell you that I wanted the bad CGI dinosaurs to wipe out this entire family line.
Do you think power comes from guilt? Power comes from balance.
And to quote Anthony Dumas,
Dumas, darling.
Anthony Dumas.
I can't tell you how much I despise the main body of what this movie was supposed to be.
And Machiavelli said, it is better to be feared than loved.
You're always so exhausting.
You see, I bought this island 5 years ago. Half of it I still own, the other half, well, that's under the jurisdiction of the bio company I acquired.
How? I run the day-to-day of Crane Corp. Nothing happens without my say-so.
Not this.
How dare you? My husband is
Ava, you have less to say about the direction of this company than anyone else around this table.
Remember this insufferable twat? I called her reverse Lydia Dietz because the very first time her name is spoken is during this slip-up. This idiot calls the bimbo wife Ava, but her name isn't Ava. This insufferable bitch is Ava. But to notice that, you would have to give a shit to notice her name wasn't even spoken yet.
Well, well. Look what the tide dragged in.
Ava.
But he called the not wife Ava because Big Daddy has Joe Biden disease.
Jackie, are you here? Where's Jackie?
Not sorry. A parent calling the wrong name to a child really isn't that big a deal. And this is a rich guy speaking to young ladies. You lot should be surprised if he gets any of your names correct at all, even if you are family. If they wanted to show that he's a permanent Chicago voter, he could be slurring words more often, struggling to do basic tasks, being obviously confused on his surroundings, or even reaching out to shake the hand of no one standing next to him. Still not sorry. Oh, and Alpha Dickhead gets fired for being inefficient.
Has come to the point of saturation. It has too many arms, too many mouths. It needs to have precision.
What does that even mean? You've gutted half the company already, and now you're fucking your legacy, Dad. This can't happen. The board will need to vote, and I am on the board.
Not anymore.
I'll be serious! The guy who spent an obscene amount of money on the family fortune on a biotech company fires the eldest son for being inefficient. I can't wait for this detail to bite the movie in the ass. They are ripping off Deep Blue Sea, but instead of using sharks, it's dinosaurs. And Deep Blue Sea was a ripoff of Jaws and Jurassic Park.
And now sometimes you make a copy of a copy, it's not quite as sharp as, well, the original. Well, that's kind of what happened.
Why risk making dinosaurs smarter? To make a shitty movie, of course. ITN is making ripoffs faster than they can be imitated.
You make a copy of a copy, it's not...
Or almost overdue for a ripped-off scene from a better movie to fill time or story gaps. So, after the containment breach alarm from before dinner goes off during dinner, Big Daddy watches security cam footage of a different movie with a green filter over it. Daddy tells everyone to lock up the house. After he does, we follow him back to his office. We get a random clip of a pterodactyl landing in the woods, and back to his office where our womanikin tells him his brain is not working.
You called Veronica Ava. You didn't notice, but I did.
What?
We cut to Marcus using a flashlight in the daytime and his death of an off-screen dinosaur that Champ Dog Films could not afford to create. Big Daddy lies to the kids again about how everything is fine. Carrie the mannequin chats with Theo, the soy bro, about their crazy rich dad when they are surprised by what's supposed to be a knock on the door.
You remind me of... Was that the front door?
I repeat, that's supposed to be someone knocking on the front door. No, listen again. They did not even get a pre-recorded stock sound effect. You know, Foley, like this. They couldn't even do something like this in post-production. That Champ Dog Films is commonly referred to as a micro-budget studio.
We don't have enough money to get home. We don't have enough money to eat. We don't have enough money to sleep.
When you can't afford knocking on something yourself, something even I can do, that's just cheap. And I'm not against cheap. Frugal living is how I survive. But stuff like this makes me wonder if these people have their names sewn into their clothes.
Do you know how to get home? Is your name in your jacket?
Just in case it's a moment.
For the sake of the writer's integrity, I hope that line was improvised. I really don't see this guy scaring away even a deer. It wouldn't be a cheap, cheesy movie without idiots going through the front door after hours. Even the senile old man, not sorry, who no one in this movie respects, said to lock the doors first. And then the dumbass kids just waltz outside. There is a trope missing. What is it? Help me out here. Of course, there it is. Scream to get the monster's attention. Good job. And to really highlight how cheap all this garbage really is, while everyone is poorly pretending a dinosaur is trying to break through the front door, Veronica, you know, the not girlfriend, maybe wife of Alpha Dickhead, she gets scratched, bitten, cut, licked, stung. It's hard to tell. We don't see any blood. And then she dies almost immediately from what the movie wants us to believe is poison or venom, whatever the correct fucking term's supposed to be. This feels like an original idea to everyone who did not read Jurassic Park and only saw the movie. But that doesn't matter because she's instantly forgotten. This poison detail only comes up once more. Remember how we didn't get proper sound effects for someone knocking on the front door? Well, they couldn't even afford fake blood from Spirit Halloween to simulate her getting scratched. A technique I wouldn't put past ITN. We waste a good few minutes on a dinosaur POV shot, and then...
What the hell was that thing?
It was a goddamn dinosaur.
Look, I need your phones, all your phones.
Why not? They're pretty much useless here anyway. All these movies have a trope of cell phones being useless. But this one tries something the writer thinks is clever. Big Daddy connects their phones to the compound's private network. The dinosaurs have tracking devices on them, and they can be tracked after connecting them to their phones. A very convenient way for the actors to use their own personal property as props. We get another dino POV shot that cuts to another scene from a better bad movie. Wow, What a gruesome and gratuitous death scene. I really hope they don't use a scene of that actress from a different movie later in this movie. That would almost be as embarrassing as the music abruptly stopping when the scene changes. Again.
It's looping the house.
For fuck's sake, movie, get your ripoff of a ripoff together. After a scene of family drama bullshit with two characters that won't survive this movie, they cut to Big Daddy's office.
You see, two enclosures were breached. The aviary.
The Avery. Oh, they're flying now.
They fly now? They fly now!
Jesus, Dad.
Most of this movie is the kids complaining to the dad. Then the dad saying stupid shit, acting like an arrogant prick, and then the audience getting more and more frustrated with everyone involved. Even the characters of the unrelated movie clips used to pad the runtime are more interesting than this family of twats.
Unbelievable.
Theo, the most feminine one, is using his phone to detect a dinosaur, an ability that was discussed 3 scenes ago, but 2 scenes of family drama crying and 1 ripped off from Pterodactyl was more important than someone actually using a tool to find the meat-eating test subjects. This really is the most masculine thing that he does, and it's something everyone could have done.
Shit. This movie is coming straight for us.
Guys!
Why were you whispering if you're going to yell like that? This bothered me in that movie too. Seriously, why?
I'll be serious!
Ava, the photo negative of Lydia, is the only character that resembles someone with a brain.
I'm not going anywhere near that thing.
Ava.
I'll stay down here.
Ava, don't be so shh.
I'm not.
We get another dino POV shot, which just means that the cameraman chased the cast in the house. Then Ava decides not to stay where she was at, but to wander deeper into the house alone. Forget what I said about her having a brain. Spoiler alert, the movie suggests that Biden disease could be hereditary. Looks like these kids are going to inherit more than the fortune they were hoping for. She wanders into the dining room, the same dining room everyone was at before. So the audience would be familiar with what it looks like at multiple angles. The same room with a beeping phone for some reason that's not explained. And then, guess what happens?
I'll be serious!
Not only did they use a different scene from a different movie, but they reused a scene they already used in this movie. They just cropped out the bimbo from earlier. In order to simulate Ava being taken by a dinosaur, they reused a scene they already reused. They could have gotten away with it if they didn't use it the first time. You might consider this the biggest mistake of the movie, but I am honestly not sure. But it is a competitor. The movie's not over yet.
It waited. It lured us.
No, dumbass, she didn't want to stick around. Hell, you idiots seem to be completely safe so long as you're just sitting and talking. How about you think about that while the movie interrupts itself with a better movie? Relax. You are okay. You are not hallucinating. You are not having a stroke. You are not sitting on your remote. You did not change the channel by mistake. There is nothing wrong with your television or your phone. I am controlling the transmission. You are still watching a YouTube review about a movie called Dinosaur Hunt, and you are looking at Temu gender-swapped Sephiroth in a Tubi movie. This is how the movie goes.
Hey, she's dead.
Wait a minute.
She died.
Wow.
And yes, she was just bitten by a dinosaur, even though the bite should have taken off her entire arm if they used the actual footage from that movie. But apparently, Dinosaur Hunt dinosaurs are venomous, but she still walks it off. Even that movie didn't bother with blood or scratches like this one. Yes, she actually moved a gate that's supposed to be locked tight.
What are you waiting for?
And yes, they actually used a freeze frame from before rendering the CGI dinosaur, and it jump clipped into the shot. This scene is from Dinosaur Hotel 2, and if they just ripped the footage from that movie, it would have been better. Instead, they made it even worse. I could have done better. Watch, I'll do it for you right now.
What are you waiting for?
See? I did that with a smartphone. ITN, give me a job. When I first saw this clip, I decided to make this video because I was laughing so hard and had to pause it to catch my breath. These nonsensical scenes are the laziest shit I have ever seen in what we call filmmaking today. But they're so ridiculous. They're easily the best parts of the movie, like a clip episode of a 90s TV show.
She's a virgin.
He's poor.
She's got everything I've always wanted in another human being. Except for the walking.
She eats her peas one at a time. She just took credit for my salad. He's a male bimbo. He's a mimbo.
Our womanican protag figures out her dad is developing a cure for Biden disease. You know, what we already figured out while watching this review. But she's really pissed off at the idea of the rich man having the audacity to profit off of research.
Ava's dead, Dad. And if it was successful, would you share this gift with the world?
Of course.
But at a price, right? A cost to the consumer?
Caroline.
Looks like the Biden disease is eating her brain already. Not sorry. I sincerely don't think this movie is ready to make that argument. You get what you pay for, and this is a free Tubi movie. Need I say more?
The transmitter, there's a relay beacon on the outskirts of the island. If we could manually connect with it...
Hold on. Why is anyone even listening to him anymore? Why isn't Alpha Dickhead taking charge? And who the hell are these people?
What was that? Greg, wait!
I can answer that. This is reused footage from Dragon Fury 3, which we will actually talk more about later. And it's definitely more relevant than you might think. As far as the plot of this movie, it's irrelevant. What a way to go. Burned alive by dragonfire. It would be really embarrassing if one of these actors were used in a different scene later in this movie. That would be almost as embarrassing as getting caught ripping off Jurassic World Rebirth.
What does that even mean?
Anywho, Big Daddy gives Soy Boy the antidote for the dino bites. Wait, why not give it to your son's not wife? Oh, did you Walter White her intentionally? Just watch her die while having the power to save her in order to protect your inheritance from her? That could have been an interesting idea. More interesting than Rich Man Bad. The brothers go into the night to reenact the Jurassic Park scene with the fuses. But this time, they're going to try to have the dinosaurs self-destruct or some dumb shit with their tracking devices. It's so stupid. It doesn't fucking work anyway. It drags out make-believe tension and uses more recycled footage for the security cams. And then Soy Bitch Boy dies. Carrie, the womanican, only cries for her soy boy brother. Not for her alpha brother, not her snobby sister, not her annoying sister-in-law, and certainly not for her Biden disease-infected father at the end. Spoiler alert, I guess. She watches everyone in her immediate family die, but she only gives a shit about him.
It's just us left.
I don't know what you want me to say.
You're a fucking psychopath. Almost as crazy as the Scottish guy with the pedo stash in Dinosaur Hotel 2. What does that have to do with anything? Well, it just so happens to be the very next scene.
I will win this time!
Hang on. She didn't... No. 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 She died. She died earlier in a different movie. Wait, so did she. They both died in different movie clips earlier in this movie. Dinosaur Hunt. What the fuck are you trying to say? This is cinematic word salad.
Can't be serious!
So her dad finally shows signs of losing his shit.
It's pinging.
It's all right. The transmitter still sends a signal, even after the specimen's dead.
That would be an interesting concept if you actually killed some dinosaurs with that nighttime raid. But you didn't. No one killed any dinosaurs. No dinosaurs were killed in the making of this movie. If they did, you forgot to show it. As he waddles to his off-screen death, she finds the dinosaur transmitter on the ground, meaning a dinosaur had ripped it out. This would only matter if the other dinosaurs were actually killed by the system overload. But they weren't. She runs back into the house and into the kitchen because Big Daddy was word salading about the kitchen before he left.
Don't forget, it's in the kitchen. Don't forget that we're in the kitchen. Kitchen, definitely kitchen.
And right there is the antidote and a taser thingy. After zapping the bad CGI with worst CGI, she gives herself the antidote. But hold on. It didn't bite or scratch her at all. Maybe she was dying of embarrassment. We cut to the docks, which makes no sense because all the recycled clips suggest that a shit ton of dinosaurs and dragons are still running amok on this island. How the fuck did you get here? They were still swarming the goddamn house.
Can't be serious!
What's next for Crane Court and your father's legacy?
My father's legacy? That I don't know. I can only speak for myself and what I will do.
Yes,
Are you watching this?
I am. Looks like Crane pulled it off.
And that's Dinosaur Hunt.
Hold on to your butts.
Why in the flying feral foul fuck would I talk about a trashy movie from the hell of trashy movies known as Tubi? It is the low-hanging fruit when talking about bad movies. I think it's time the community of media analysis needed a reminder of hyperbole. Several movies and even television shows have been labeled as the worst ever this year. Don't get me wrong. Recent theatrical releases and television shows have been pure garbage, and paying customers have every single right to be outraged. However, reviewers should be wary of overuse of the words worst ever. Of course, in order to prove this point, I had to go digging into the pits of Tubi, a circle of hell that is constantly being redrawn on the map. And that's really saying something. But not any Tubi movie will do. I had to find the worst of the worst. Now, the big question. How do I know this is the worst movie released this year amongst the piles of shit? Well, it's time to prove it.
What are you waiting for?
First, let's talk about ITN, the distribution company that's responsible for this. They own the rights to every single clip of a previous movie used in Dinosaur Hunt. The Dinosaur Hotel trilogy, the Dragon Fury trilogy, and the 2 Pterodactyl movies. Not a trilogy yet, as of the making of this video. ITN releases an average of 96 movies a year. You can make a career of just watching their stuff and never run out of content. A possible treasure trove of trash. They're not just responsible for the sludge on Tubi, but Netflix and Hulu as well. They are the pink slime of streaming, inflating your options so it's easier to miss that you're really just circling through 2 or 3 options available right now. Options you've already seen, bloating your potential streaming options to provide the illusion of variety.
Hey, hurry up. I want to get my pretzel.
1 pretzel.
Thank you. Let's see. I will have one of your, Come on, while we're young.
If Asylum is the studio of quality schlock, ITN is in the business of quantity. To accomplish this kind of output, they'll outsource to other smaller production companies. One of their biggest partners is Jagged Edge Productions, a name you might actually be familiar with since they're responsible for Poo, Blood, and Honey. And yes, it smells like poo. And of all the movies ITN used for Pink Slime in Dinosaur Hunt, only one of them was not made by Jagged Edge, And that just so happened to be Dragon Fury 3, which not only released days apart from Dinosaur Hunt, but also reused the exact same scene from Dragon Fury 2 in almost the exact same way. They just did the cheap YouTube shit. Just change the color grade, drown the audio, and zoom in a bit. Change the color grade, drown the audio, and zoom in a bit. Change the color grade, drown the audio, and zoom in a bit. Dragon Fury 3 was produced not by Jagged Edge, but by Champ Dog Films. And that movie used lots of footage from its predecessor, Dragon Fury 2, all out of context and strung together lazily throughout. And another fun little fact about Champ Dog Films, the lead in Dragon Fury 3 is the same motherfucker as the alpha dickhead in Dinosaur Hunt. And they made him get friend-zoned even harder than I was in high school. Champ Dog Films is who you go to when you can't afford Jagged Edge Productions. How do I know this? How about we reference yet another Jagged Edge film to drive this home? Not exactly connected to any of these poor excuses of trilogies, but ITN made another dinosaur mockbuster called Dinosaur Prison. A truly hysterical and nonsensical waste of an hour that's worth a few laughs if you're drunk. Dinosaur Prison, or DP for short, has a scene of an obviously cheap fake helicopter to set up the most ridiculous and gratuitous flaming sword fight in the history of cloaked dinosaur flaming sword fights. He only strikes while cloaked because that's when the dinosaur shields are down.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's a good 10-minute sequence that's inconsequential to the plot of an hour-long movie, meaning they could waste that kind of money on something set up with a fake helicopter. Dinosaur Hunt had the helicopter scene take place at night in order to hide that they did not even have a fake helicopter. Champ Dog should be Cheap Dog. They are the bargain bin section of the trash bin store. You go to Champ Dog when you can't afford a young YouTuber for free. I can edit a better movie on my phone. I've edited longer videos for this channel. ITN, give me a job. Only a self-hating sociopath would subject themselves to watch all these movies. A total nutcase would go through all the ITN library of hundreds of movies you've never seen before or never see twice, just to track down the sources of the nonsensical scenes used in Dinosaur Hunt. Or even watch Dinosaur Hunt more than one time. A sociopathic nutcase? How about adding Undead Media Trucker to that resume? I watched both Pterodactyl movies, 3 Dinosaur Hotel movies, 3 Dragon Fury movies, all just for research. That's 8 movies sourced to fill time for Dinosaur Hunt, for a 9th movie. Not to mention checking out Monsters of War, Mountain Shark, and Dinosaur Prison just to see if I found similarities. And it turns out I did. Dinosaur Hotel and Monsters of War were definitely made at the same time. Same actors, same location, same motherfucking clothes. Not costumes, but likely their own clothes. Even the goddamn kids are wearing the exact same clothes in both movies. There's no fucking way they spent money on a wardrobe for these two. Hell, they're Chrissy Wuna's actual kids. Look at this nonsense in Mountain Shark. Not only is it ripping off Jaws and Tremors by doing literally Jaws on land, but look at the footwear. These characters are supposed to be soldiers, for fuck's sake. The only one with boots is this guy, with these cartoonish excuses for boots on his feet. And this bad joke of a backpack. That's a total of 12 movies that I watched, made by ATN, just to make this video about one movie. They didn't think someone would be crazy enough to actually watch all these movies, did they? They didn't think a crazy bastard would intentionally watch trash movies just to see how one movie got made. I ended up watching 12 movies to research just one. So I guess the joke is on me.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Remember that question that I asked? Why in a T-Rex testicular tragic tarnation would I subject myself to this rabbit hole? Well... This part of the review is purely subjective, but piss poor CGI, terrible acting, and even worse scripts can be catnip for me. Well, all these movies are terrible, and worse movies than anything that you saw in theaters. But they're likely more entertaining for sociopaths like myself.
I did not hit her. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
This movie fails so hard that it wins. It's not a big win, but I feel like a winner watching these movies, knowing goddamn well I can do better for a price. ITN, give me a job. Thank you so much for watching. I did not watch these alone, nor would I be aware of such treasure trove of trash without the lovely Rebel Rose and her love of lazy literary failure, and the hilarity that comes along with it. You're likely going to see her again in future projects, or you could subscribe to her channel. If you have not subscribed to mine yet, please do so. Oh, and throw in a comment if you're feeling brave as well. Thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.
Dinosaur. Dinosaur. Rawr.